On this week's Tuesday Talk, we are answering a question from a viewer about the things we had on the road with us. Was there anything we had that we never used, or anything we wished we had and found we needed on the road? So there's a few things that come to mind. For things we had but never used, and I only know this because I just organized the Airstream. We had our blender, our Vitamix blender, and we never once used it. It was under the couch.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's an awesome appliance. But we just
Patty thinks it's awesome too.
haven't had a need to use it.
No, and we didn't. I mean, it pulls a lot of power, and we were boondocking a lot. So, yeah. So we took that out, and we are storing that with my parents because we don't really need it. But it's such a good appliance, we're not going to get rid of it.
That's right.
Yeah. We don't have many things stored with my parents, but things like that we will. Another thing.
Oh, the fire pit.
Ah, yes. So we have a gas powered fire pit
Propane.
that was donated to us from Steve's parents, and we love it. But we didn't once use it when we were traveling. We use it here at the KOA a few times.
A few times, yeah.
But you like making real fire.
Yeah, I mean, when we're out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to try my best to make a wood, like an actual fire with real wood.
Yeah.
And like chopping down trees with my bare hands. Well, I didn't actually go that far. But in Bend, oh man.
We had fires going like all day long in Bend.
Firewood heaven. Literally all around us, a bunch of dead wood that burned so nicely. Anyway, we were around those areas, so we just didn't have a need for a gas-powered fire pit.
Though this year coming up, as we talked about, we plan on doing more camping at Thousand Trails or other campgrounds. So,
and they may or may not have fire pits at each site. Here at the KOA, some do, but most don't.
So it may come in really handy. So we're going to keep that, even though we never used it. We're going to keep it in our truck, even though we never used it.
Yeah, it's worth hauling around for when we need it.
Yeah.
Or want it, I guess.
Yeah. So I think those are the only two things we could come up with that we had that we didn't really need.
Yeah.
Besides like emergency stuff, which you want to have and never use if all goes to plan, right? So, things that we wish we had that we didn't. Bikes. So we wished we had bikes, but we hadn't gotten around to getting any in the beginning. And then once we got to Bend, we finally went and found some used bikes. And they came in handy. We didn't use them that much for fun, but we did use them a few times to go and look for spots to help us boondock with the Airstream, specifically in Idaho.
Yes, that was very useful.
Mm-hmm.
And
so then
you don't have to detach the truck and go off with the truck. You just take the bikes off.
Or I didn't have to go running, which I've done other times.
Yes, you have.
We carried the bikes around with us kind of haphazardly up until now, and we have that nice bike rack in the front of the truck. So that should make it much easier the next time we travel.
Absolutely.
The other thing similar to that is our kayak, our inflatable kayak. So we were on lakes. I'm sorry, Patty's just really excited today. We were on lakes a bunch when we first started traveling, and we had no way to go out and enjoy them. And it really bugged us. And so we bought,
especially Lake Shastina.
Yeah, Lake Shastina.
Video up there. Lake Shastina,
which is really sad.
Awesome.
I just got an email from Campendium. Lake Shastina has been designated day use only, according to whoever contacted Campendium. So they're taking it down off of Campendium, and we can't camp there anymore. I think that was my favorite camping spot of our entire year, and that's saying something.
It's because people ruin things.
I know.
Ugh.
I know. Anyway, we really wanted a boat. And so we finally broke down and we bought an inflatable Sea Eagle kayak in Oregon, and we got to use it quite a few times, including Lake Powell. Well, we used it wrong.
After we stopped being stupid, video up there, the boat actually started to go straight when we paddled in a certain direction. So that was nice.
Yeah. So those are the only two things I can think of that we didn't have. And it's not that we found we needed them, it's found that we wanted them and eventually broke down and bought them.
Yeah, the bike and the kayak were both wants. They weren't needs.
Yeah. The bike rack might be considered a need, but that was only once we bought the bike. So now it's there, so we should be good. But overall, we were pretty well prepared.
Yeah, I think so for the most part.
And what's nice is that you can still go out and get stuff. So like we could still go to a Home Depot or a Walmart or our Camping World or whatever if we found we needed something. And if we found we didn't need something, we could donate it. I'm sure we've donated stuff along the way. But yeah.
I guess you can make the argument, maybe the composting toilet, but that was before we left. But of course, after we moved in, but that has completely transformed the way we boondock too.
Yeah,
so that if we didn't do that, I think we would still be talking about that now as something that we didn't have, but hopefully now do or would in the future. But luckily, we took care of that before we left.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's Tuesday Talk. If you have a question you'd like answered on a future Tuesday Talk, let us know in the comments below, because we're always looking for new ideas. Stay tuned for another Tuesday Talk, as always, next Tuesday. And
Next Tuesday?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Tuesday Talks are every Tuesday, aren't they?
Yeah. And we will see you next time.
Funny how that works.
Bye, guys.
Bye.